Hi, my name is John Smith with Prevost Law Firm, and today I'm here with one of our clients, John Schaaf. John, we just finished wrapping up his case, and he's been gracious enough to spend a few minutes with us talking about it. So, John, let's start with, tell us a little bit of background about your situation, who your installer was, what's the dream they sold you, and what's the nightmare they left you in?
Well, there was a person that came to the door. They were doing door-to-door sales, and he introduced himself as a veteran, a young man starting a family, lives right down the street, and really got us sold on installing solar panels. And the company's name was Encore Solar. And so it was a process, getting started, getting the financing going, and just scheduling it all. And it seemed like it was going well. We found out later, of course, that this was an exorbitant cost for 24 solar panels. I actually got charged $73,000, and it went on a loan. And so things were okay with that. I thought, well, what we were told was that this would supplement our utility bill to the point where we'd probably be selling back energy to the grid. And we found out later that that wasn't 100% true. It supplements to a degree, but I never go more than 35% or something like that covered with the solar panels on the electricity. But once the installation got to the point where, the panels were up, the power panels, the transfer switch and all, there wasn't a transfer switch, but the new panel that needed to be installed, all that was done. There was a hitch, and the inspections weren't getting done. Things were being delayed, and I kept getting told, well, it's in the works, everything's going to work out okay. Finally, I started looking into it myself, and I called the local building authority and asked them what's going on with what's going on with the inspections. And they said, oh, your permit's not valid. Your installer, it no longer has a license. The electrician that was installing the panels and doing the electricity had not renewed his permit, so they couldn't do the inspections. And I asked them, well, what do I do? And they said, you're going to have to get another electrical company out to finish the installation, get it prepared for inspections, to complete the installation and get it clearance to perform. So we hired another local electrician to come out and finish the install. And I found out, they told me that the original installers didn't even do it right. They had to put some new grounding wires in, and things weren't wired properly, and they had to go up on the roof and make some changes to the solar panels. And that all took a couple of months, and finally we got an inspection. We got the permit was approved, and finally we got the authorization to begin to use the system, which is it's nothing on my part. I don't have to turn any switches or anything. It just has to be approved by the city. So as it goes, I received probably, I can't remember which social media, but I got a notice or an email from, I can't remember the person's name, but from the Prevost law firm, and it was called solar panel relief or something like that. And at first I was a little hesitant, because I'd already gotten burnt on the installation of solar panels, so how could this be any good for me? But I followed through and decided that I would have the talk with Neil and with the law firm people. And as it turns out, I had a pretty good case of neglect and pretty much fraud or whatever you want to call it. And Neil and his team were able to turn this all around, and I hired them, and it was reasonable. It was I knew what was at stake, and we went through with the process of going to the lender who was actually representing Encore, because they also were part of this scheme apparently. So I'm real happy with the results. It wasn't a real long wait, and it's really, actually, we had, things were pretty much settled, but the paperwork wasn't finished until last week. So we got the loan reduced from $73,000 to $19,000, and the lender that was involved also was able to help pay for the legal costs totally. And so I think Prevost was happy with the result. I'm happy with the result. We're now in the process of selling our house, and instead of a $73,000 lien on the property, there's a $19,000 lien, and that's doable. That's not out of our range right now. So overall, I'm quite satisfied. I think your team is quite amiable. You work well with us, and I have no complaints. I'm very happy.
Thank you, John. And I just want to circle back. Encore actually went out of business, and you had to pay out of pocket for that other company to come and do to finish it up, right?
Right. Yeah, there was no Encore anymore, and I don't know what happened to the salesperson, but I feel sorry for him because of his position, that he was out there probably having the same trust and faith in the company that I did. So, yeah, it was, we had to pay out of pocket, and that just became part of the settlement. We worked that into the settlement.
And what a mess. What a mess. Well, I'm so happy we got you great results. So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about hiring Prevost Law Firm to help with their solar panel case?
Do it now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. It's a waste of time to hesitate.
That's awesome. Well, John, thank you so much for your time. You've been just amazing. I'm so happy we got you great results, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Thanks, John. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.